Also, I want to increase my valets by, bring it up to about 20. And at this point, I can bring my con workers down to about 15. Now, since techies repair, I like 15 techies at any time. And 10 to 15 guards. There. Now, I can't actually train techies and guards yet because I haven't captured the thing. But look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's 7, sorry. And send one of these with it. Where is... There's techies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, plotting, stealing, and hiding are different. Plotting means that they're going to essentially try to uncover more acts of infamy, but they can't steal money when they're plotting. When they're stealing, they're not going to be uncovering any acts of infamy, but they'll be siphoning off cash out of the region for you. And so you'll be able to make cash. If minions are hiding, they won't be able to be plotting, or they won't be able to be stealing. And they're not going to be able to do acts of infamy, but they're going to be immune to the effects of any presence of justice in the area, so you don't have to worry about them getting killed off. Now, hiding only is active for like a minute or something like that. No, it might even be less than that. But once hiding is over, they immediately resume whatever they were doing before you sent them hiding. So if they were stealing, they'll go back to stealing, and if they're plotting, they'll go back to plotting. Now, if you send them to go hiding in the middle of an act of infamy, it will cancel that act of infamy. So be careful. And they won't simply just restart that act of infamy from where they left it off. They'll have to actually completely restart it after. So you got to be careful with that. As you can see, my corridor of doors is already active, and you should not be here. I don't know where my valet is, but... Actually, I was going to have to put some of these out so people actually respond to the warnings. Now, as you can see, my valet got to him, and now he's stupefied. And another valet would escort him from the base at the moment, but at this point I don't have another valet, so... So what's our new objective? Heads in the underworld. There can only be one criminal mastermind. It's time to make sure that's you. Gather all the major criminal players to hold a conference in your island to explain how it's going to be. So you have to summon the crime lords. Crime lords, just like evil geniuses, are impressed by shows of wealth. You need somewhere suitably ostentatious. I can usually say this word. Ostentatious. To host the gathering of criminal masterminds. Build an inner sanctum and conference table in preparation for this nefarious delegation. I haven't done that yet, but I'll get to it. Rumor has it that all of the Indian subcontinent is controlled by one man, Armand Krishnan. He has many nefarious plots and intrigues, mostly concerning the corruption of local government officials. Track him down and encourage him to bend to our way of thinking. So, as it quite clearly says, he'll be found in the Indian subcontinent. Marvin DeLuca, the nefarious mafia don of all of North America, is a powerful man, but without much hubris. He must be made to respect true power and authority. Now, Marvin DeLuca can be found along the, west coast of North America. And the inscrutable Lei Ying Lo, yes, it's a pun, is the undisputed head of organized crime across China and Southeast Asia. Track him down and send out a party to show him we mean business. Now, I can't remember exactly where to find him, but I know it's somewhere within the Hammer or Anvil territories. Of course, you could have guessed that too. He's Chinese. Now, each one requires a specific kind of minion. I think 5 of that specific kind of minion. Like, one will require 5 guards, one will require 5 techies, one will require 5 valets. So you got to make sure you get them, or else you can't even get farther in the story than this. So we're going to go ahead, and we're actually going to put them plotting. See if there's any extra active infamy in those areas. So like I said, as you can see, my corridor of doors is working just fine. However, we want no minions to get in there, so we're going to go ahead and put every last door up to level 3. We don't want them level 4, so that way nobody goes and guards them, because if they're guarded, then whoever... No, get out of there. Lock. Whew, that was close. If they're guarded, then as soon as somebody tries to break in, they're immediately going to be captured. But we don't want them captured. We want them just to waste their time, so that way they'll leave the island. So yeah, it's got to continue putting up all the security until it's all up. And it's an effective defense until you can get to the second island. Now, it's also really hard on power, though. As you can see, I'm already up to almost 100 power. That should have been all of them. Let me just switch to the side and take a look this way. Oh, there's one. And there's one. Okay then. Plus it looks pretty cool, don't you think? Now this is actually a really small one. Usually before I came up with any better ideas, I used to just put everything from here to here. And then I would have one row of level 2 doors for my minis to get in and out. And yeah, let me just let this go through.
Continues to prey on our civilians, perhaps hoping to somehow exploit their skills. The chairman assures you that these infidels will be stopped, and the party will once more be triumphant.
So that's what happens when you complete an active infamy. You'll get a little radio broadcast depending on the type of active infamy. And like special ones such as the hostage capture missions have ones that relate to kidnappings. Otherwise, they're pretty generic. And the ones involving the Uberloots are also very specific. But other than that, some of the story-driven ones are specific, but otherwise they're just generic. And there's one for each. There's different ones for each Justice Alliance. So like the one from Anvil are all about they're all said in like a Chinese accent. All the ones from the Indian subcontinent specifically have an Indian tone to them. The ones from Australasia, apparently. Australasia. All the ones from Australasia have an Australian accent, British. So it's all based on where the act of infamy is done, how the radio broadcast sounds. It's kind of interesting. Get out of there, Jubei. You don't belong in there. So, as you can see, my thing's working fine. People are getting brought right in there. That should keep them out of my main base. Except I do have ones in my main base. I forgot, I don't even have this active yet. Time to activate it. Come on, go. There you go. And connect this one as well. And that should keep people out of my base.